What's up, everybody? My name is Garrett Webb, and this is the Pointless Rebellion podcast. And welcome to the channel, Pointless Productions. We had to change the channel name because it was not being recommended. It was, quite frankly, a pointless life is bad SEO, and we've learned this. So we're coming back strong. It's
I personally like it.
I like the name, but if you type that into YouTube, it gives you the suicide hotline. Like a link to click to call, not like just the number.
No, it's a straight up link to the website too. I think actually.
We're getting caught in the weeds, but a lot's been happening. We've been taking care of business.
A little rebranding.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a big rebrand soon. I don't know what we're gonna have to change everything up. We changed the name. We uploaded a couple music videos. Me and Polar Bear. Chris filmed the video for "Fuck You 2," the sequel to "Fuck You."
Yes.
That's true,
Yes,
which is funny. There was a first one. And I don't know. We're just gonna get into and talk about some stuff that's going on. Chris has prepared a story for us. This is Shagster.
Hello.
I know he doesn't like me saying his name, and I forget that.
Nah, he says it all the time.
I forgot.
But, preferably Shaggy. Oh man, I don't want to love on you. Not right now, mate.
Row.
Sorry, wasn't really prepared to take lead, but healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yeah, I mean, we all talked about like you just
Romeo, you
nice,
knocked
man.
over the notes.
Yeah, hold on.
Luigi's Manchione
Luigi
has
Magniagi.
finally been caught. Everyone is safe. We can stop panicking.
I mean, don't think the average citizen had much to panic.
He's
about
coming
in this
for you,
case.
Chris.
I have nothing to do with
He's
healthcare.
coming for you.
Cool.
He's coming for you.
I guess I don't
Just like
invite it,
like the rest of the country's coming for Luigi's Manchione.
man.
Because they are fucking thirsting for this man. If this is a time capsule in the
truth,
future,
though, this is like a real bloodthirsty thing. But on the same note, like the day the shooting happened, what was it, like Blue Cross or something reverted? Reversed a policy they just put in play on anesthesia and how long you could be under. So I mean, like, I'm not sure what his motive exactly was, but if it was to change,
he wrote on the bullets. We know it's to do with healthcare. He wrote it in his manifesto. He said like it was specifically he had like a broken back and he wasn't getting healthcare he needed. But so he wasn't. He grew up like fairly rich. He wasn't. He's kind of weirdly in the middle politically. Like he has like. He's kind of right leaning, but not entirely. It's kind of a weird. He's weird on the political spectrum.
Yeah, I went black and white with my research. I didn't go too much into depth on, I guess, his political views or anything. I knew he had an issue, and he had, like, obviously with United Healthcare themselves had some problems.
Yeah.
But I was trying not to say that's his direct motive. You know, who knows what else he had going for.
It was interesting because when it first happened, they're like, we don't know a motive, and it's like he wrote delay, deny, oppose on the bullets. It's clearly because of the healthcare, and like people. It's not like a lover's quarrel.
In a backpack they found a notebook basically condemning him with some of the notes, like planning on how to do the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in one part of it, I guess this was released as his manifesto or whatever.
He was talking about it. That would be what it is. I mean, there is other stuff in the notebook.
I guess I'm hazy on what would be the manifesto.
The manifesto is the letter he wrote to the FBI at the beginning of it, and then the rest of the notebook is like the stuff that he had wrote in it before. So in the manifesto, in that little note, he's like, I'll be quick because I don't want to waste the FBI's time. I respect the FBI. Weird. This is a weird dude.
I mean,
I'm not like against this dude. Jesus.
Playing devil's advocate here, I guess if you have no problem with
Murder's
how the
bad.
law systems work.
Murder's bad, but if he wasn't a murderer, I agree with him. And like, it seems like some good's coming of this. And what does that say? It says that healthcare is really messed up, and that they're not willing to not be murdering people with their actions unless it affects them. And I think that is disgusting.
And I did look into this. The healthcare is not great. We all know that. I mean, some people love it, but it's never been good for me. Some people love that it's so bad. You know, it's never been good for me.
That's pretty good.
But if you look at the numbers, and I don't remember the exact dates, but United Healthcare is one of the highest in these negative charts, like of treatments not received, but money still gained.
Yeah. And I think it's like it is the highest in
they have
in denying
they also
claims, right?
I was about to say, like, they have a 32% denial rate. That means like 1 in 3 customers or some shit get denied for their claim. And there's even a further story on that. Like, they end up diagnosing you with stuff you don't have. Like, there's a story of a lady, she had checkups. Yeah. Technically healthy minus some ongoing issues. And then United Healthcare called her like 5 or 6 times or something. They were like, hey, we just want to come out and make sure we're your insurance provider. So they send a UHC nurse, does the checkup, and then ends up saying this lady has diabetes. Doesn't have fucking diabetes. But says this, goes, gets this diagnosis, and then when she tries to get the stuff, if I remember correctly, she gets denied it. And it's as if they're using, I think it's called the advanced Medicare thing, to just get extra money for extra diagnosis. Because the whole concept is to incentivize doctors to leave no stone unturned, right? Yeah. But I don't know. It seems like it's being abused.
I know one thing is they'll deny claims that they know if they appeal, they're gonna have to approve. Yeah. But they weed out the people that don't have the energy or strength to do that, like to appeal. So they save this amount of money delaying giving you treatment if they wait until you have to appeal. So they'll delay and deny and oppose this shit so that the only people that are, you have to go through so many hoops. You have to literally they know that they save this amount of money if this many people get fucking hurt and lose care. Literally, it's literally like they're murdering people.
I was about to say, that's just seeming like murder.
It's just murder. It's murder.
I need a kidney. You deny me for whatever to help me with that. Now you are literally putting my life on the line so you can get a Christmas bonus?
America was not made with a peaceful revolution. Now, I'm not in favor of all that stuff that America did all those years ago.
No.
But I'm glad they did it to the Brits. Those other Brits. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm glad to get our independence.
I mean, yeah.
Cruelty, where cruelty is.
Who's we? Who's we that got independence? Who's we that was independent when America was?
That's really cruelty met where cruelty is,
Yeah. So, Luigi's Mangione.
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 And I think I played that game.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know the dead guy's name. You keep calling him Brett. What you said he's
Thompson.
Brian. So it's Brian.
CEO
Brian Thompson. Good old Brian Thompson.
Thompson.
He went
hey man,
didn't he shoot him in the fucking leg first?
I
think didn't he shoot him in the leg first, Sammy? Nah. I think he shot him in the leg first, and it was with, I believe it was a 3D printed gun, which is why it jammed.
Yeah.
The people, the NYPD when this happened were talking him up. They're like, this guy's fucking good. Like, this guy, he's Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Because if you saw it, he maintained forward movement while clearing the jam and making the gun operable again.
Yeah, he cleared it. He resolved the problem. Yeah, and still got away on a bicycle on camera in New York City at 6 a.m.
Which is arguable. Think about it.
He got out of the state.
No, really.
He was found in a McDonald's eating a hash brown
in Pennsylvania.
He was found in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania.
And
did you see that fucking picture? He's like, hash brown in public, waiting for them. Like, fucking come get me so I can speak my piece. I don't endorse murder. Yeah,
but no, I mean, again, I don't support what he did, but if you really think about it, they were pushing so hard, apparently, against, to get this money, get these policies, and denying so many people, that not only did the facts show it, somebody actually snapped and did something about it. I'm not saying it's
kill
right.
So many people. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's right either. But I'm saying, you fuck around, you find out. And I'm not like in saying that it's. I don't wish this on anyone. But like, I understand. I really understand, and quite frankly, it's like it feels like a revolution's happening that people have been wanting for a while. Eat the rich. Everybody has that sentiment. The left has that sentiment. The right politicians don't have that sentiment. Neither do necessarily like Democrats or like actual Republicans. But the working class, the left, and the right, both are against the wealthy. I mean, some people understand what they are voting for more than others, but everyone has this sentiment right now, and so you're getting no sympathy from either side. The entire internet is against this guy. Ben Shapiro's like, this is the murderous left. This guy was a Republican, not like a Ben Shapiro Republican, but like a comes to weird conclusions Republican. Like he's a free thinker, which is kind of rare in that party, I'd say. But he does seem like a free thinker, at the very least. I don't know. Sammy, do you want to... Okay. Anything I'm saying crazy?
I would say you could consider what he did an extremist act, but I don't think you would say he's necessarily radical in what he did, maybe.
I mean, I'd say he's radical. I'd say he's radical in what he did. I'd say that.
Wouldn't that mean he has... like
a little bit of an act of terrorism, but like
no, absolutely,
a little bit of an act of terrorism.
It's absolutely an act of domestic. Well, I mean,
he's a little bit very radicalized.
Is it an act of domestic terrorism, or would it just be murder?
It's murder, but technically terrorism because we live. What was it? We live in an oligarchy, right? Is what you were saying? Yeah, because he does determine that they are. It is. They are calling it an assassination. Like officially, because he's an important person.
Yeah.
But also because he determines the state of the country based on his actions that are were entirely fueled by putting more money in the stockholders' pocket. It sucks that the system creates and rewards people to where they're able to delude themselves into thinking that being this type of person is normal and even good. Because he probably didn't think that he was a fucking psychopath. Excuse me.
I mean, it goes to say it's his friends and family.
Excuse me. I really don't want.
His friends and family, Luigi's at least, said he was, generally a pretty upstanding guy, except for
the murders. All the other
here recently he started going downhill mentally, and I think that coincided when he was having trouble getting treatment for, I guess, his back.
I mean,
right?
I guess he wasn't constantly in pain, but things would trigger it and it'd be very, very bad, is what I heard.
So it's clearly a cause and effect. This started happening, and he felt like this was necessary. Don't see how this.
Well, he says. I'm sorry. He says in the thing that like he to paraphrase but quote as best I can. He said like I apologize for any like trauma that comes from this, but these parasites simply had it coming. Was how he ended it.
No, he said. Yeah, I mean, frankly, these parasites
simply had it coming. That's awful. When my foot just like that. Like,
oh, yummy. Lord. I was talking about the dirt, not the foot.
What is worse? Oh, Luigi.
But, I mean, just not trying to play. I mean, fuck it. Call it devil advocate if you want. If you look into it, they have pocketed billions over treatments never received. And they even with this algorithm they have, they supposed to weed out some shit or another and diagnose the best you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they ended up getting sued in New York because of, I think, wrong diagnosis and some more, and they ended up having to settle for, I think, $18.6 million over it. And to further that, this is just a little, I guess, stab at them. For mental health, it's like either like 30 treatments in a 8-month period or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's too much. Like, if you go over that, that's too much. Yeah. But if you really do the math, that's the equivalent of going less than an actual appointment a week.
Yeah. They...
So, all in all, it just seems like they have a very skewed thing, especially when they... I'm not saying algorithms are bad inherently, but they shouldn't be used to...
They implemented an AI thing that has like a very what was it, like a 90%? Yeah, a 90%. Like it's wrong 90% of the time, and that
and still implemented it.
They still implemented it a year ago, and just denying claims based on the whims of a computer that's wrong. It's right 1 in 10 times. Like this is killing people. And you know what? They did it because getting more, even if they're wrong, getting more denies saves them money because they have to appeal and then get it looked at by someone else, and that delay means that's time that they don't have to treat these people. It's time that they are going to rot. Yeah, it's time that these people are going to be suffering and hurting, and it's literally evil, and it's innately evil because we have for-profit healthcare. People are making money, billions, off of this, and not like people are making money in the sense of they're paid. Like obviously, like people doing these jobs are going to have to make some sort of income. But I'm sure that happens in other places. That's not what for-profit healthcare is. They're making billions of dollars. Like, they are pocketing tons of money. And these are just businesses just it's just awful. I don't know. Free
I'm not
Luigi,
gonna say
man.
I fully understand everything that goes on in that world, but for-profit health.
We might go to jail for some of the stuff we've been saying. You know that a woman said delay denied a pose on the phone with an insurance agency, and she's facing 15 to life. I think you're good.
I don't want to go to jail or anything.
I don't think you said anything bad.
I just think it's.
I don't either. I do not endorse murder in any way.
Yeah, no, there's no way I'm endorsing what he did. It's just. It's odd how much money United Healthcare makes versus, frankly, just the amount of people you hear talking shit about him. Like, a personal friend of mine has...
I mean, we have no other options. Certain places only take certain types of insurance, and it's like there's only so many businesses. They all are bad. I don't know. Sorry.
I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm not a huge fan of healthcare because it's never done.
For-profit healthcare, like American healthcare.
Yeah.
That's why we have a lower lifespan than most of the world. Like, that's a big reason. So are other things such as suicides and mass shootings, in just general obesity.
And our mental health is, we care and we talk about it, and influencers and everybody get the awareness out there. We're not blind to it, but it's just, for the longest time, it's just been shunted to the side, and that's a huge cause of a lot of shit, you know?
Very important. There's not enough resources for it. Not enough help.
I mean, to even further that, it seems like we're running out of... I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that it comes down to, like, the rich has gouged the economy and pocketed so much money that it is literally making it hard for the smaller guy to survive. I'm not saying I'm doing anything wrong. I'm not saying I'm doing anything right. It's just, it's not as easy as it was 5 years ago.
I mean, I don't know. 5 years ago, I was worse off. You know?
Yeah.
So I think it's all, relative.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Quite frankly, I'm in the best. I'm not in a great financial position right now. I'm still literally in debt, but I'm in the best financial position I've been probably in my life. And it's not a great one. It's not a very good one. But, how's your son doing, man? We're not going to get into details, not going to say any names, keeping it vague.
He's alright.
He's a more or less is crazy. Hell yeah. Yeah.
I don't talk about my son on this.
I know.
Nothing against anybody. It just.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No names, vague stuff. He got teddy bear eyes. You got your big old fucking teddy bear eyes.
I got hound dog eyes. You're like sunken in slightly. Nice though, man. You catch me on a good day. You alright?
Good talk, for
Yeah, you catch me on a good day. I'm a good golden sheen. Not really, but that's how I feel. And again, it's not that endorsing, just talking about it. It's not hard to see why he snapped and did it once you look at the facts. Yeah. Should he have done it? No, there's better ways, even those probably.
But is the outcome kind of good at the after? I don't know. I mean, who knows? I'm not the one to say. Someone is God. I mean, it's up to God to say, and I feel like He has.
It's more, let's say, funny when you look
yeah, it's funny.
Right, it's funny when you look and see companies like reverting policies.
I'm sorry.
After this
it is
incident,
funny that they're just they immediately stop. They immediately stop.
You're being guilty. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, oh, you knew you were fucked. You knew you were on some bullshit.
You were being guilty.
You were being shifty. You shifty fuck.
Like, I mean, you learn it in I don't even know what kindergarten.
What? Don't murder people for billions of dollars.
Obviously, right? But no, I mean, just you learn it in kindergarten that you
don't
see
trade
this,
lives for billions of dollars.
Work. You should just be great, and then you do it on an adult scale in corporate worlds and stuff, and it's like, oh, now you're getting repercussions, and it's like, the older you get, the bigger the repercussions, so why would you tempt it in the first place?
Yeah, it's like, I agree. I feel like, I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to go over about it? Before we move on?
Hold on, let me see if I hit all my key points I wanted here. I guess we could end with the fact that, well, I will say that at the scene, a water bottle and Kind bar were found with matching fingerprints to the shells and him. So...
And he said he did it.
He did say he did it. So, the last I heard... He
said, you're insulting the American people. They drug him off.
Yeah. The last I heard, he was in a Pennsylvania holding cell waiting to be indicted to New York.
Look, if we're being honest and smart, it could be anyone. It could be any American, and he's probably gone forever. And we don't want to convict an innocent man. Because that's not what this country's about. Not my country. Sammy, what's the Luigi's Mansion theme? No one knows Luigi.
Nah.
I like that game, though. It's a vibe.
Good game.
It's a vibe.
I guess I can say in personal news, I have beaten the Githyanki in Baldur's Gate 3. It wasn't like intentional. I wasn't trying to side with him necessarily, but I didn't want to fight him straight out. I failed all my rolls. Fought every person in there. No, there's one room I didn't go in, but I fought everybody else. And I also beat the campaign of Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. So, I mean, cool little victories. I'm slowly working through the Underdark. I've finished most of it. And I just got to the place where I can get the spores and stuff. But after I do that, I'm doing the Moonlight Tower and getting on out. So, phase 2, here I come.
And am I the first person you've told, or have you talked to your parents yet? I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. No, hell yeah, though.
You really shouldn't talk about yourself that way, dude. I mean,
what?
I love you, man, but it's not something you need to hide.
What did I say?
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't making a gay joke. That's funny. Though from what I said, I can see.
Man, that's exactly what it sounds like.
No, what I meant is that this is big news for you. And I'm like, is this... like you're getting engaged. Like, have you spoken to your family?
I haven't. They don't know. As far as they know, I'm still a low-level pleb.
Have you told your family you're gay? That's pretty good.
Dude.
Happy Baldur's Gate. Oh, that's great. Have you told your mom you're gay? Yeah. That's not what I meant. That'd be crazy. Do your parents know that you're gay?
You're gay? If you don't know, I guess I haven't come up in the greatest environment. A lot of jokes. A lot of making fun of people. He's actually a culprit. That's why he's laughing so hard.
I'm an innocent man. Just like Luigi. Oh. Okay. So, moving forward. Moving on to our next subject. Drake. I'm calling you out, Drake. You and me. Tomorrow morning, 4 p.m. back and forth rap battle on the corner of 7 Mile and 6 Mile, where they meet. We're gonna rap battle. You're a bitch and a pedophile. Sue me, bitch. Sue me, Drake.
That's slander, man.
Well, I mean, he's suing UMG for some other reasons, but he's not suing Kendrick, who did call him a pedophile a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, he's suing the record label on Spotify for, what's it called, botted,
he's saying, claiming botting views.
Forcing a song that isn't natural to the flow of the stream, apparently.
Which I don't believe.
I mean, it's not something they haven't done before. I don't know why it's a
that
problem now.
If they
did it for him,
they definitely were forcing Drake on everyone.
Right.
You'd open Spotify, it was Drake everywhere. He was forcing What Does It Take Care down everyone's goddamn throats, or whatever stupid album came out at the time. Listen to Hotline Bling, cause you fucking hate yourself, or whatever. It's like, I don't care, and I don't like Drake. I haven't liked Drake for a while. I respect that he knows how to make a melody, I guess, but I just don't like him.
I will say personally, I've never really been into that genre too heavily. So Drake's never been a thing.
The pedophile genre?
I guess so. I mean, the more you hear, right?
I mean, look. Kendrick, when they were doing the rap battles, when they were doing the rap battles, Kendrick called him a pedophile, and Drake responded, "I never did anything to Millie Bobby Brown." So, I think that that's pretty strange. I think that whole song, The Heart Part 6, the one Drake did, not the one Kendrick did anyway. Because Kendrick has the song series. Every time he has an album coming out, he does a song called The Heart, and then it's another part. And then he was on 5, so Drake, in response, did a part. But it was the worst song Drake's ever put out. Because it's, I got you, I planted it in, I knew you were going to call me a pedophile, and I tricked you into calling me a pedophile. I'm a genius, and I don't have a daughter, or whatever. And then, so Kendrick did one anyway, and it was really great.
What's the point of
okay.
The relevance?
But for who?
Because I guess Drake?
Relevance for Drake?
That's what I'm saying. Is it for relevance?
Drake has more hits than Michael Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. He's fine on the boards. He's going to be remembered.
Drake and I mean, this has been kind of bubbling up for about 10 years for their whole career. Because, they had a song on Good Kid, Mad City. And then Kendrick had, like, a verse where he was, like, naming everyone that's big in the rap game and saying, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you. I'm coming for the top. This is hip-hop. And everyone else was like, that's how you're supposed to be, because it's rap. Duh. And the Drake was like, oh, I saw him after that, and he was, like, shaking my hand and being cool with me. And it's like, those were harsh words. And it's like, you can tell he's, like, butthurt. And every time he talks about it, he's clearly, like, literally... I hate that phrase, but you can tell he's like hurt.
About
yeah, and his emotions. Look, harsh words saying harsh words is wild. Like, oh my god,
harsh words are harsh words, but
it's crazy.
You're in an industry that literally has a whole subgenre for dissing.
He'll know about harsh words later. And then, like, they've been doing little sneak things, kinda, like before they found out that Drake had ghostwriters, like a couple months before, in King Kunta, he says, in one thing he said, what'd he say? I was gonna kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. Everybody's suicidal, they ain't even need my help. What else? Shoot. He was saying, he says, yeah, he was saying, like, but a rapper with a ghostwriter, like, what the fuck happened? Oh no, I swore I wouldn't tell. And then, like, right after that, it came out that Ghost has, like, ghostwriters and shit, and everyone's making fun of him for it. And it was little things back and forth, but Drake just being sensitive and weird. And also just starting beefs with everyone and just being a general dick his entire career. All of these people aren't starting beefs with Drake. Drake's just being like a sassy little brat over the entire fucking to everyone he comes across, cause he's weird. I don't know.
I really don't understand it. I mean, you have some people that take their fame and they live as normal as they can, and then you have other people that just, I mean, sorry to say it, but just like in high school need as much drama going for them to stay in the talking now.
Yeah, see, Drake's overcompensating because when he was in high school, he was in a wheelchair. So that's why he's acting like this now. Because he was shot, but what? Sammy's shaking her. She didn't like it. Hey, you liked it.
I mean, I guess you could say that, but either way, you know, he's 50. What, 53? No, that's...
Who, Drake? Yeah.
He is?
Yeah, he's in his 50s.
He's in his 50s?
Sammy, no, he's like, what, 37, 38?
Is he?
Yeah. Like almost 40.
I don't know, dude. I know what Diddy's 53, right?
Yeah, Diddy. Drake's in his 50s.
Yeah, Drake's in his 50s. No, my bad, bro, but...
No, you're good. That was great.
No, I mean...
Oh, what ass.
I'm just saying, you're in your 30s, so, I mean,
well,
come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I know if we acted this way, we'd be considered, like, the problem people to be around, you know what I'm saying?
Look, we are not Drakey Drake. So, we're just gonna leave it there. Unless you have anything else to say.
Hope you get it together, man. I mean, I'm not against you or for you necessarily, but everybody, I guess, has to grow up at some point.
I say we send Drake to Luigi's Mansion. It's a good game.
It's a good game.
You'd like it?
No, they have it in VR.
What? Maybe.
That'd be awesome.
Does Nintendo have VR?
I don't know.
They might have some games out for other VRs.
PC.
I mean, yeah. You know, I think they put out a couple Zelda. They put out a couple games on PC recently. I think there's a Zelda, like the newer Zeldas came to PC.
You know, weird little subject here, but since we're on games, apparently Civilization 7's coming out.
Ooh,
and I'm just like, wow. I mean, I guess 6 did come out a couple years ago, or
what, like 10 years ago?
No, 6 came out.
Maybe I'm thinking of 5. It came out in 5 years ago. Was 2019.
Yeah, so it probably came out around then.
Okay, I remember 5 coming out. I think.
So, you know, 6 comes out. I don't know. I guess it now putting the timeline out there, it's not that weird, but it caught me off guard. I was like, whoa, Civ 7 already?
I mean, Call of Duty has one every year, but
they
go back and forth with studios. They have 2 studios. They might even have more now, but that's what it was when I remember when I was paying attention. Is that good?
I haven't played it yet, but I've heard good things about it. The campaign and the zombies.
Those have been consistently the same video game. Every single fucking one of them.
But not necessarily, but yes.
I mean, look, every time it improves, but it's a new improvement, but it's the same equivalent of improvement, so it always feels like the same game's
depends on how you play it, because if you're like a lot of people, if you're like a lot of people, like me, for example, I like the story. And finding little, like, Easter eggs and cool shit.
You play the Call of Duty story?
Yeah. I've played almost all the campaigns.
Well, I heard it always seemed...
The story's not always consistent.
Well, sometimes they make it bad. I thought they just make it uninteresting because people mainly play the multiplayer, so I only mainly play single player.
See, that's
games.
the thing. I do think for a little while there they were lacking luster in their campaigns because of that fact. But you can't have a game, in my opinion, the way it is, like an actual release.
Yeah.
So
they they're making them longer than a year, but they release one every year because they have two studios.
I guess what I'm getting at, if you're just gonna have the same continuous multiplayer experience, something like Warzone, right? You just update it, give it a new map, keep going with it.
Yeah.
But if you want to release an actual game,
yeah,
like a full new title,
yeah,
it needs to have a good story. Otherwise, what's the point?
I mean, yeah.
Otherwise, because then
well,
you could
for
just
me,
add
it's been like, what's the point in most of gaming since they just focused all on mainly multiplayer to me. It seems like
that has been a huge thing for me.
I feel a turn coming. It seems like a turn's ramping up.
When they took couch multiplayer away, that was a huge
problem. Think GTA 6 is going to be a mark because it's going to create a demand for more. I think every Grand Theft Auto kind of does that. It'll create more of a market. It'll show more of a market for single player experiences. But, people are going to be playing the multiplayer too.
I was about to say, you got to remember, like, just because somebody plays a single player game, it doesn't mean they don't have a friend or a little brother or a little cousin that they can play with, you know what I'm saying?
Grand Theft Auto Online is already in crazy popular. Like, they were originally going to do single player DLC for 5 and never did it because they just all of their resources
and they
Grand Theft Auto
actually
Online.
On that same note, Rockstar stopped putting a lot of development into Red Dead Redemption 2, and they really could have taken off with Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion. But everybody wants to,
Red Dead 2 did great.
No, it did great, but the online they could have done so much more for.
Yeah,
but
probably.
They kept feeding it all to GTA 5, and I get it. Everybody wants to be that kingpin. Everybody wants to be that gangster on the street. Everybody wants to have the million.
What a good
But
game.
at the same time, a lot of people just want to, like, hey, dude,
yeah.
we're in the Old West. You want to make a moonshine? You want to go hunting?
Yeah.
You want to go do a couple? You want to rob a train? Some shit? I'm just saying, like, not everybody wants the same thing when it comes to their gaming experience.
Yeah. I want.
And I know numbers are numbers, but you shouldn't neglect your one consumer you could put in those terms, because another one has it. Like, yeah, do what you need to, but don't neglect it.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 is coming to PC next month in January, late January. I get it on the Steam Deck.
Like a Tom Holland, or is it like
what?
Like a Spider-Man 2
game,
or like the old PlayStation game?
No, I have that on the Steam. What do you mean? The sequel to the one?
Oh, the Miles Morales, all that.
There was the first one. The second one was Miles Morales, and then the new one, Spider-Man 2, which only came out it's exclusive for the PS5, and then it's coming to PC soon. After like a year or so of being on that, but you can play both of them. Like, you can switch between them, and you also have like the Venom suit and shit, and you have a glide suit now, like the web wings. It's kind of nuts. It's the only Spider-Man game I haven't played because I can't afford a fucking PS5. Classism, man. Luigi.
Classism. I mean, that is